Hello there, and this is part 5 of my Strathmore sketchbook. I got 20 drawings, so let's get over with. Yeah. In terms of I've been kind of busy with work lately. Little update for you guys. I've been busy with work lately. I've been grinding up for a new car, so I haven't really been doing videos as much. So, since I'm not working today, I'm probably just gonna do a little sketchbook tour when I'm on the drawings I did this week, or at least 2 weeks ago, at least. Yeah. So let's start. Here's a wyvern. Yeah, the wyvern drawing. I guess this is the most friendly version of the wyvern. So I usually draw the wyvern like either fierce or mad looking or serious. Usually, yeah. I guess he has a friendly side to him as well. I did do a plenty of animations with the wyvern character. Like this is the most like consistent design I have of him. Usually I have like a pattern in the middle of here, which is like a lizard like belly pattern, like a soft belly pattern. So this time I just drew him like more cartoony, more friendlier than usual. He's probably my favorite character to draw in general because his design is like so. It's like Fig the Squirrel, as you see next here. His design is very simple, as well as Figgy. So it's like simple to draw compared to other drawings. Speaking of simple drawings, here's Figgy the Squirrel, who I like to draw a lot too. I think I've included her in every sketchbook tour video I did so far. Yeah, I think she's in every sketchbook tour video. At least, well, not everyone, but most of them at least. Yeah, I just love drawing her. She's a cool squirrel character. I also included her in like the Delta's delivery service pilot that I did. She's like a side character. Yeah, it's kind of like a silly side character that you usually see in the background, or at least you see in the foreground, or you see like an actual like forefront of her in like in that pilot and stuff. I wanted to include her in the story more, but the pilot was just too different. It was like it was too focused on Delta and Chopper instead of Biggie. What I could have done, I probably could have just done her or have her be like a side character in the Delta's delivery service. Yeah, she does get plenty of screen time in that pilot. Yeah. Here's a spaceship. I did a spaceship cartoon the other day too. I guess this pattern right here, this pattern of the cockpit itself is like it's like circle instead of like square like this one. Other than that, my spaceship designs are usually very consistent and stuff. Yeah, compared to my other drawings. If I get like an image of the cartoon I usually draw in my head, I usually draw it out and stuff. As much as I familiarize it, I remember it. Yeah. Here's Talon the Falcon, Falcon Force. There's a normal drawing of him. He's chilling. Yeah, fucking Talon the Falcon. He's like a sky patrol officer, which is pretty much just a cop basically, but in the sky instead. Yeah. I guess there's a lot of increase in sky speeding. They took up a job oath to protect the skies from criminals. Yeah. Here's the queen bee lady, who is she's the queen bee from Karate Bugs, who is Abby's mom, and she appeared in like I think she appeared in it's Karate Bugs episode 4 and 6 she appeared in, and then yeah, I think it's episode 4 and 6 she appeared in. Yeah, because she appeared in episode 5 because episode 5 was focused on Master Anton. But she did appear in she first appeared in episode 4 of Karate Bugs, and then she last appeared in episode 6 of Karate Bugs. Yeah. Put up some little lore for the Insectia and stuff. I guess she's a queen, she keeps up with all the lore and stuff that happens in Insectia in general. Yeah. Do you guys consider her sexy? No, I'm just kidding. Well, she's an adult, so yeah, it doesn't really matter. Speaking of sexy, here's Luna the Vampire Bat in I guess it's more like a super outfit. Yeah, I could say like a swimsuit, but she has long boots as well. You don't go swimming in long boots either, so it's most like an outfit, like a superhero one or a superhero. It was like a girl character. Yeah. I did want to include her either in a dress or in this suit in the next Werewolf comic, but I haven't made a Werewolf comic in like almost like a year, I think. So I did make Werewolf episode 5, I think. Yeah, every last year, but I haven't made it this year yet. Maybe I would later on this year, probably. Here's a more Airflow characters. Here's a anthropomorphic train. Yeah, yeah. She has wall skates on her. She skates through the train tracks and stuff. And this is like a propeller that helps her ski faster too. Kind of like a robot character. It's pretty cool. Maybe I'll do an animation of her one day, actually displaying what's like to actually ride on the train tracks with her skates and stuff. Yeah, it'd be kind of cool, honestly. I haven't come up with a name of her yet because I did draw her before, but it wasn't like this detailed before. Yeah, I mean, Afro plane, Afro helicopter, and Afro trains. Yeah. Here's the Goblin from Werewolf. I think the Goblin appeared more in this Werewolf. I think he also appeared in Pumpkin Force, and I think he appeared in. I forgot what else he appeared in. I know he appeared more in Werewolf, but I don't remember because I didn't draw him in a while. And this is where me just redrawing him after years and stuff. But I know he was in Werewolf, and I think he was in. I think it's probably was just Werewolf that he was in because Werewolf has all the beautiful creatures in it. Yeah. This is the Goblin character. Maybe I drew the Goblin Girl character as well. She's kind of different too. Hey, jeez. Yeah, I don't know what I was doing here. I tried to like draw a normal turtle with the shell taking up most of his body, but I think I over designed the shell a bit. Yeah, I definitely overdid it with the shell. I should have just made the shell this large in general instead of like just trying to design it as much as possible. It's kind of like an abstract painting, but it's like a shell instead. Yeah, that's kind of silly. Here's a turtle. Here's a plant guy from I guess you say he's like a fruit plant character from Karate Bugs, who's also friends with Mushroom Karate Bugs. Yeah, I think he originally was supposed to be like an avocado, but avocados usually don't have leaves on the side like this one does. But I know he's supposed to be like a plant character, like a humanoid plant character from Karate Bugs. Although plant people and mushroom people in general. And on the lore of Karate Bugs in general, like explained by the Queen Bee that I showed you guys earlier. Yeah, it turns out that the plant people and mushroom people got manipulated into like attacking like bug people, attacking like other minorities and majorities and stuff. So they got their citizenship taken away because they got fooled by the millipedes, but thinking they're second-class citizens. Yeah, that's been inspired by I think it was a newsletter. I don't. It's a newsletter on the news and stuff. I don't think I can mention their group in this video, but it's like BLM riots, like kind of like that. You know, BLM, Black Lives Matter. Yeah, that group. It's kind of similar to that, but it's like they actually got the citizenship taken away because they got manipulated by the millipedes and centipedes and stuff. Yeah, even like if BLM was plant people instead of like black people, kind of like that. Yeah. I don't know if I can mention BLM in this video. I'm not sure. Or on YouTube. Here's like a fish with legs, like a piranha fish with legs character that I drew the other day. Yeah, I got inspired by this animation on Newgrounds. That got this guy was looking this cartoon on Newgrounds where the guy was looking for a bass player. And he accidentally is such a bass, and it's like a bass person, like actual fish people with legs and stuff. It's very funny cartoon. I liked it too, so that's what inspired me to do this, drawing the fish with legs and stuff. And as soon as the cartoon ended, like a bunch of like fish people out of nowhere just decided to become bass players and sing, become musicians. It's pretty funny. Yeah. Here's a sky whale. You have sea whales, you have land whales, and then you have sky whales with wings and stuff. Yeah, pretty cool. Maybe I should draw it larger, or at least fill up most of the page like from here to here. Yeah, that should be kind of cool. I guess this sketchbook is kind of small. I couldn't fit the whole page into it like I did with the other sketchbook. Yeah. Here's Delta, name for Plane Lady. And her from Delta. I mean, I did draw for years. I did Airflow Lady character drawing I did years ago. And then I just draw her to this day and stuff. I just keep on drawing her until I eventually included her in her own pilot, Delta's Delivery Service. Which actually is getting more views on YouTube, which I appreciate. Yeah, because at first it only got up to like 73 views, and then a few months later, or at least a few weeks later, it exploded in views and stuff. Yeah. Well, I guess it was a few months later because I uploaded it in the first day of January this year. Yeah. It was originally supposed to come out like earlier than that, but I wanted to upload it the first day of January, just to make it stand out and stuff. Yeah, because I finished it 2 days before I uploaded it eventually. I guess because the year was already finished for 2025, so I included in 2026 of the first drawing of that first video of that year. Yeah. This is Ryan the dragon. I like the draw as well, standing a bit of bell, a little bit. I guess he's still four-legged, but he's like kind of standing up a bit, kind of like a bear, roaring like a bear and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of doing the same face syndrome accidentally because these next two drawings have the same face in it as well. Yeah, same face and everything. Yeah, and the same face syndrome, which I don't like. I guess the Minotaur drawing is a little different because he's more on our nose. Yeah, that's Ryan the dragon. And here's the Minotaur character with the giant axe and stuff. Yeah. I wanted to include him on more werewolf stories too because he's part of Dracula's army, essentially, because he's kind of this big dumb oaf character who has a crush on Betsy. I wanted to include more stories in general, or at least stories about at least stories surrounding Betsy, at least like his personal life when he's not working with Drac and stuff. How is he doing these days? Yeah. Here's Kaida, and speaking of Kaida, I almost finished with that Flight Dragon 2 comic that I posted the other day. I'm currently almost. I think I'm 3 pages away from finishing it. I think 3 or 4 pages away to finishing it. It should be the comic dub should be out this week at least, or at least like the middle of this week or later this week at least. I have time to work on it. Yeah. So Kaida, Flight Dragon, who dragon this character. Here's Mr. Blob, spinning on his spine and stuff. Kind of like a sea urchin. Kind of cool that way. Because he's able to morph his body any shape he wants to, essentially. Yeah. He also make like stretch out his arms too, that way. Because he has like arms and stuff. I make countless animations with them too. I made that Mr. Blob flip book, and I made that Mr. Blob animation cartoon I did of him. Yeah. It's pretty fun. I guess because since he's such a simple character to draw as well, that I can able to draw him any way I want to because he's able to morph into anything. Yeah, that's my creativity flow. Here's Jack the Jackalope from Werewolf, who's like slowly grinding on the grill like Sonic the Hedgehog, grinding on the rails. Maybe I should have him with soaps instead of like normal shoes, because soaps were the ones that Sonic had. Is there soaps or it's still soaps? Yeah, to grind on rails and stuff with Sonic Adventure. It's really fun. Yeah, I think it was Sonic Adventure 2 that he had on his first stage, or the other stages that he went to. You grind on rails and stuff. That's kind of the cool addition they had in Sonic and stuff. When engines of rail grinding in Sonic Adventure 2. Yeah. So it's Jackalope and he's electricity that he's using to fight off the enemies. Here's a long-nosed butterfly fish, like a live drawing of one. And I definitely should have included more darker patterns here on the nose a bit, because when you actually look up a photo of this fish, he's like a dark pattern on his face like this. But I didn't want to block his eyes out, since I didn't color it, or I didn't shade it at least. Yeah, long-nosed butterfly fish, like a live drawing. And here's Knuckles the Echidna from Sonic as well. Knuckles the Echidna. I guess I didn't do fine art in a while, honestly. I guess because I'm no longer uploading on DeviantArt. I'm not bothering with that website anymore. So I'm not uploading as much like I'm not uploading as much like photos on my drawings, or at least like traditional art. I'm mostly doing all digital stuff on at least on Newgrounds at least. Yeah, it's kind of funny that I never dealt with bots or any scams on Newgrounds at all. You'd think the older website will be more scam heavy, but it's not. Yeah, if anything, it's more ahead of time than DeviantArt ever was. Yeah, I guess because you can't get away with being a bot on Newgrounds, which is also a cool thing that they introduce. They'll check if you're a bot or not every time you enter the website, which is kind of cool feature, honestly. And the feature changes. And the feature changes every time, every holiday. So if you go on Newgrounds right now, and it says checking, it'll do like checking and loading like an actual video game to check if you're an actual bot or not. Yeah, I don't know why DeviantArt never introduced that. Yeah. So that's been 20 pages of my part 5 of my Strathmore sketchbook. So that's been part 5 of my Strathmore sketchbook. I like doing more drawing videos in general because drawing videos usually do well on YouTube. This is my tutorials, and maybe I'll do more of these like traditional videos like flipbooks and animations and stuff. Yeah. So that's for part 5. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and that's it.